Hi, this is lesson 3 from Jeff the Jeweler on testing gold. In lesson 3 and lesson 4 will actually go together. Lesson 3 is going to be about theory and do some stuff under a microscope and show you exactly what's happening when you actually test the gold. And lesson 4 will actually be doing some practicals on the gold. And let me show you what you'll be seeing in this video so you kind of know what you're looking at. He calls these bricks, and these are blocks that he actually scratches the gold on. And up here, these are the acids he'll be using. You got a 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat, and 22 karat gold testing acids. Each one of these acids had different strengths. Now, these can be bought on Amazon. It's very inexpensive to buy them. So I'll put a link down in my description of some that you can get. Jeff normally he buys millions of dollars worth of gold. That's one of his jobs he does. So you might see on his videos that he's talking about when you buy gold, but it's the same process when you buy gold to test it as if you find a ring on the beach, or if you're metal detecting, you find some gold and you want to test it. Same process you use then as he does. All right, so let's go right to the video now and watch Jeff do his little demonstration.
All right, I'm Jeff the Jeweler. This is lesson number 3. It's about testing gold. It's the theory. Lesson 4 is really the practical part where we'll see what it looks like when we test a sample. But before we jump into that, we need to kind of get an idea of what it should look like. All right, the test acids that you'll be working with look like this. The test acids have denotations on the front of the bottle, the 10, 14, 18, and 22. And they'll have colors on it, but you'll mix the color caps up unless you use them one at a time. So I recommend using them one at a time and try to keep the colors straight. The most important part is look at the bottle. That way you don't make a mistake and buy something and that's not the purity, that's not the carat. All right, so the first sample we have to look at, this is the test brick in the background here, and we've scratched a sample on it, a ring. We're trying to figure out what it is. All right, so we took out the test acid, the first one, the lowest grade acid, or the weakest, the 10 karat acid, and we put it on the sample and it did not react with it. So it tells us it's yellow gold, by the way. White gold's a little trickier. We'll get into that in the next lesson. But for the sake of argument, for the sake of discussion, it's yellow gold only today. All right, so here's a sample in the background. It's a yellow gold sample. The 10 karat did not react with it, so it tells us it's 10 karat gold. It might be better than 10 karat, so we're going to take out the 14 karat acid and we're going to try that, but we can see it started to react with it. It started to eat through the sample. Sooner or later, and probably in a minute's time, it would have completely taken the sample away. But anyway, no reaction on the 10 karat acid. Reaction on the 14 karat acid indicates it's 10 karat gold, because this one did not react with it, but this one did. So it's something weaker than 14 karat. All right, the next sample, scratch pad in the background, a scratch brick, and we've taken a sample out. This is a little bit pure gold, so it's going to take a little bit stronger acid to react with it. The first two acids had no reaction, the 10 and the 14. 10 and the 14, you can see through the sample, and you can see the sample is still intact. It didn't eat through it. And then we moved on to the 18 karat acid, and it did eat through it. It did react with it. So it tells us, because there's a reaction on the 18 karat acid, that it's not 18 karat gold. It's something less than 18 karat. So we moved back one. The 14 karat did not react with it, so we know this is 14 karat yellow gold. All right, and the next sample, we've taken a sample on a scratch brick, and we ended up taking out all 4 acids. We used the first one, and you can see right through it. It looks like water on the brick. It had no reaction. The 14 karat, same, no reaction. It looks the same as the 10 karat. We moved to the 18 karat acid, no reaction whatsoever, so we can tell this must be 18 karat or better. So we went to the 22 karat acid, and it ate right through it. So it tells us this item is something less than 22 karat. So it's 18 karat gold, because the 18 karat gold did not react with it, but the 22 did. Indicates it's 18 karat gold. All right, that's it. Tune in for lesson 4 for the practical. Thank you.
All right, that's the theory part of testing gold. And in lesson 4, coming up next, that will be the actual practical, where you'll see Jeff actually scratching the rings and testing them right there. All right, so stay tuned for lesson 4 coming up.